This conference will now be recorded.
Fine. Let's start the session. Now in today's session, we are going to discuss about the form designing. So we'll discuss here how to design the forms. Let me open one word notepad. Fine. Now in today's session, we are going to discuss about designing the forms. How we need to design the forms in different ways. We'll discuss now. Now we'll discuss two ways. One is sectioned forms. One is section forms, and second one is tabbed forms. How to create the sections in the forms we'll discuss, and also we'll discuss how to create the forms in the tab mode. In the tab mode, we need to go and create the forms. The two ways where we are going to create the forms in the form designing. So let me go and open the Power Apps. Let me go and open the Power Apps and let me show you how to design the forms by using the sections and tabbed forms. Let me go to the apps. Let me open the app validations. Let me open this app itself. Click on the edit button. Fine. In yesterday's class, we discussed about form customizations. And now in today's session, we are going to discuss about the form designing. So in order to design the forms, let me go and add one new screen. Go and add one new blank screen. Let me rename this form to form design sketch. Form design. Let me rename it to form design. Now let me bring this text control. Just copy this text control and go to this screen forms design screen. Paste it here. Let me go and change the text to. Let me go and change the text to form designs, guys. Under the form designs, the first one we are going to discuss here is how to create the sessions in the sections in the forms. So let me keep here sectioned forms. How to create the sections in the forms. How to create the
Sir,
sections in the forms. Hmm.
sir, as we copy and pasted this text box, can we also copy that form directly if it required any time like
Which one you want to copy?
that? Previously, we have created forms, right, for
You can copy it.
validations and
Any control you can go and copy it and paste it.
directly total form we can copy. Okay,
Yes, the complete form also you can just go and copy it and paste it in another different screens.
okay, sir.
Now here guys, I'm going to create a form with different sessions now, sections. So in order to perform it, let me go and insert one form. Let me insert one form here. Let me keep it. Let me create one new form. Let me connect to the data source to this form. Select the data source as employees. Select the data source as employees. Now I need to go and change the font case. I need to go and change the font of this each and every data card. Each and every data card I need to go and change what? Data card key value I need to change. That means changing the font style and doing some formatting. And also I want to change the data card value. Data card value formattings I need to do. So in order to do all the data cards, if I want to do it manually, it will take some time. So to overcome this, how to do it? Let me remove this first attachments data card. Let me remove the attachments data card. Now how to do the formattings for all the data card keys and the data card values in all the data cards in a form. Select the form, go to the layout, convert the layout from vertical to horizontal, and then click on the control Z. Now it will select all the data card keys. See, it is selecting all the data card values and data card keys in each and every data card. Now what I will do here is, let me go and change the font to Patrick, size to 20, and then keep it to semi bold. Fine. This is my first requirement. Now what I want to do here is, I want to create some sessions in this form, guys. I want to create some sections in this form. Let us say I want to keep the employee number, employee name, and also hire date, salary, experience, and also the rating control, in one section. I want to create a session here, a section. In that section, I want to keep the employee number, employee name, salary column, experience column, and ratings column. Columns are data cards. Now, how to keep it? How to create the sections in this form? In order to create the sections in this form, select the form, go to the edit fields, and the top you are able to see here more options. Click on this more actions, guys. When I click on this more actions, here there is an option to add the data cards, add a custom data card. Click on it. When I add the custom data card, it is going to add one data card here. See, it is adding one data card to this. Now let me drag this data card, guys. Let me drag this data card to the top. Let me drag it. One way you can go and drag it. One way you can go and drag it from here and keep it in the top. Another way is bring it in the bottom itself. Another way is go to the edit fields, select the form control, go to the edit fields. Currently it is in the bottom. You can drag it to top, where it is. You can drag it to the top. Like this, you can drag and drop the data card. Now see, this is the custom data card I'm adding. Now expand this data card, guys. Let me expand it horizontally, and then reduce some size. Next, let me add one text control to this data card, to this custom data card. Let me go and add one text control, guys. That means I want to add the text label. Let me add the text label. Now keep this text label here. Increase the size, and keep the fonts to 20. Keep it as Patrick, keep it as a semi bold, or keep it as a bold. And let me change the text to, I want to keep it as EMP job details, guys. EMP job details. In this session, I'm going to keep the employee job details. Now bring it to center, align it to center. And also let me change the background color for this text control. Go to the background color, keep the background color to this blue, and also change the font color to white. And now reduce the size of this data card. Now go and save the app. Now play it. Now see, I'm creating one session here, guys. And also let me do one thing. Let me add the background color to the form also. Let me add the background color to the form. Let me keep this background color. Now this is one session. In this session, what data cards I want to keep? Employee number, employee name, hire date, experience, rating, salary. These are the fields I want to keep in this. So let just keep it like this only. Just keep it. Next, let me go and add another control, guys. Or let me do one thing. Let me rearrange the fields here. First field is employee number, employee name, and the next I want to keep what here is. Let me go and keep the hire date. Let me drag the hire date to top, and let me drag the salary column. To the mobile number space, and also let me drag the experience column and drag the rating control, guys. Rating control data card here. Now see, these are the controls, or these are the data cards I want to keep in this session. Now I want to create another session. In order to create another session, select the form, go to the edit fields and go and add another one more custom data card. Add custom data card, click on it. Now it is going to add one more new data card to it. See here it is adding one custom data card. Now bring it to here, and expand it horizontally. Expand it horizontally. Now just do one thing, go to this control, copy the text control, and go to this data card, paste it here, Now just do, keep it ahead, and then reduce the size of this data card, Let me change the font, let me change the name here. What I want to keep here is DEPT details. What I want to keep it here is DEPT details. That means I want to keep here department details in this session, guys. So in order to keep the department details in this session, let me drag first the department number column. Let me drag the department number column to first here, and let me drag the department name column, and let me drag the where is it, job column. Let me drag the job column here. Now these are the three data cards I want to keep in the DEPT details. And then I want to create another session. Now select the form, go to the edit fields and go and add one more custom data card. Once after adding it, close it. Now this is another one more data card we are adding. Just drag it to here and adjust it. Increase it horizontally, reduce it, copy and paste this text control, copy the text control, paste it here. Just move it side up. Now reduce the size of this data card, Let me change the display name here. What is the text I want to keep it here is, I want to keep it as EMP info, employee details, guys. Info means employee information. In this employee information, I want to keep the employee mobile number, email ID, age, date of birth. Let me remove this justification. Field from here. No need. For now, let me remove the justification field. No need to keep it. Now, if you see here, I'm making this form as multiple sessions. When I go and play the app now, now you are able to see, now the session is break into multiple sessions. Now this is my first section. Employee job details. What's the employee number, name, hire date, salary, experience, what is the rating of that employee. And second section I am creating here is department details. In this section I'm keeping that what is the department number the employee is working, department name, and what is the job he is doing. And third section I'm keeping here is employee info, employee information, employee mobile number, email ID, age, and date of birth. So like this, if you want to design the forms in this like this, like a session forms, you can go and design it, guys. How to design the forms means, one of the way you can design it, session forms, section form. This is one section. Now this is another section, and there is one more section called employee info. This is another section. So like this, if you want to design the forms into multiple sections, you can go and use what here, just go and use the edit fields, go and use one custom data card and drag wherever. If you want to keep that custom data card, keep it and format it based on your own requirement. Most of the cases, whenever if you want to build the forms like a session forms, is the scenario how we are going to build the form in multiple sections, how to create the form into multiple sections. And next one is I want to create a tabbed forms. Tabbed forms means let's say I want to keep some tabs here, guys. I want to keep some tabs here, tab 1, tab 2, tab 3. When I click on tab 1, it need to open these fields. On employee details. When I click on tab 2, it need to go and open the department fields, department number data cards. When I click on the third tab, it need to go and open the employee information, whatever the data cards we are having. So how to create? Here it is a section forms, multiple sessions in the forms. Now how to create a tabbed forms. I want to create some tabs here. I want to build some tabs. When I click on the tab one, it need to open the employee job details. When I click on the top, it need to go and open the department details. When I click on the third tab, it need to go and open the EMP information. So in order to create the tabbed forms, and also if you see, this form has a scroll bar here, guys. On the right side, you will see the form has a scroll bar. If you don't want to keep this type of scroll bars, you can split this form into multiple tabs. You can split the form into multiple tabs. If you split the form into multiple tabs, then you are not able to see this. You are not able to see the scroll bars. If you don't want to show the scroll bar in the forms, then better to go and create the tabbed forms, guys. Create the multiple tabs and try to try to remove this scrollable bar here. Now how to perform it, how to create the tabbed forms, how to create the tabbed forms. So here itself you can go and create the tabbed forms by taking the new screen. By taking one new screen here itself, you can go and create the tabbed forms. But better way, you can go and create the tabbed forms in the mobile layout, guys. Mobile layout. Let me show you how to create the tabbed forms in the mobile layout instead of going and creating it in the tabbed layout. So let me save this app first, publish it, save the app and publish the app. Once after publishing it, go to back, click on the back button, close the app now, click on leave. Now I want to create one new app, that is mobile layout, to design the forms in a tabbed mode, guys. So in order to perform it, go to the create tab, go to the create tab, click on the blank app, create new canvas app. I want to create the canvas app, create new canvas app. Now what is the name I am keeping here is tabbed forms. Form name is tabbed forms and the layout is format is mobile layout. You can go and create in the tablet mode also, guys, but better visibility, better understanding, go with the phone layout. Click on create. Now let me add one text. Let me add one text control, and then let me rename it to, first let me change the font style, center it to align. Let me rename it to tabbed forms. Let me change the background color. Let me change the font color. Let me increase the size view somewhat. Tabbed forms, just play it. Now here, guys, I'm going to create a tabbed forms now. Now how to go and create the tabbed forms, how to create a tabbed form. Now in order to create it, first let me go and create one form here. Create one form, create a form, connect to the data, click on the connectors, SharePoint. What is the SharePoint? Site is forms. Go to the site called forms, select the list as students. Same students list I'm connecting here. Click on connect. Now I'm connecting to the data source SharePoint, and the SharePoint site is forms. In the forms, I'm connecting to the list called students list. Now this is the list I'm having. Now let me change the default mode to new. And if I want to change the style of this, what we can do it, how to change the style of this data code key and data code values. Select the form, go to the layout, bring it to horizontal, Control Z, go to the options, just do some basic formatting skills. Fine. Once after formatting it, select the form. Now see, I'm having the scrollable here. And also let me remove this attachments data code from this. No need to go and keep the attachments data code. Let me remove this attachments data code. And here I'm having only few data codes, guys. Let me go and add few more data codes. What data codes I need to go and add it here is, I want to add the employee number. Oh, I think already is added. Employee name already added. Salary is already added. Where it is added. If we add it, we can see it here, right? Employee number is not added. Let me go and click on the add fields.
I think you added student, right? Student,
Student
employee, student,
employee
employee number.
list we need
Hmm.
to, I think.
Let me go and connect to the students, employees, right? Let me go and connect to the employees. Go to the connectors, SharePoint. It's not connecting here. Let me do one thing. SharePoint as a data source. Connect to the SharePoint. Go to the forms as a site. Employees as a list. Now for this form, let me go and connect to the employees list. Let me remove this. Let me go to the tree view. Remove this form control. Let me go and add new form. Go to this. Let me add the employees. Now let me change this font. Go to the layout, horizontal, Control Z. Fine. Now we have some of the fields here. What are the fields we need to add? Let me go and add a few more fields. I think we have the employee number, employee name, salary, hire date. What is the one more field we need to keep in this employee number, employee salary, hire date, experience? Don't have the experience column here. No, let me go and add the experience here now. Let me add the experience field. Click on add. Now it is added. Now once after adding it, now what's my requirement here is I want to create a tabbed form here, guys. I want to create some tabs here on the top. Tab 1, tab 2, tab 3. When I click on tab 1, it needs to display some fields. When I click on the tab 2, it needs to display some other fields or data cards. When I click on tab 3, it needs to display a few more data cards or fields. Now in order to perform it, first let me go and add one gallery, guys. What is gallery? You'll understand in the coming classes. Just for now, try to understand. Let me go and add one gallery. Go to the insert. Let me add one of the control called gallery. What gallery I'm adding here is blank horizontal gallery. These are the different types of galleries are available. You'll understand, guys. We'll discuss all these things in the coming classes. Click on this blank horizontal gallery, bring it to the top, adjust some size. This is the gallery. And for this gallery, there is an option called edit. See, there is an option called edit gallery. Click on this edit gallery. Once after clicking on this edit gallery, into this gallery, go and add one button. Go and add a button. Now see, I'm adding one button to the gallery. Now just reduce some size, align it properly. Let me select the gallery, reduce it. Now once after adding the buttons, in the buttons I want to keep the text as employee details, department details, and one more button as employee information. So in order to get this buttons with the different names, what I will do here is select the gallery. Gallery will have a property called items. In the items property, let me go and create one record, guys. Let me go and create one record, array of records. I'm going to create some array of records. Now in this, what I'm going to do here is I'm keeping one of the field as let me keep the first one as title. first field as title, colon, and the what is the text I want to keep in the first tab? EMP details. What is the text I want to keep in the first tab? EMP details. And then after, let me give one ID for this text, guys. For this control or for this record, I want to give one ID. So in order to give the ID, I'm keeping the control name as ID, and then the ID I'm keeping here is 1. Now close it. Close the closure brackets. Now keep comma here. Now just copy it. Just copy it. Copy. Control C. Copy. Keep comma. Paste it here. Keep comma. Paste it here. Let me change the title to now DEPT details. I want to change the title to DEPT details, and the ID I'm keeping here is 2. For this title I'm keeping the ID as 2. Next, copy and paste. Next, one more I'm keeping here is title. What is the title I'm keeping here is EMP info. EMP info. This is the one more button text I want to keep. For this I'm keeping one ID. The ID is 3. Once after keeping this, once after passing it, just click on the format tab. Now it's going to format it. Now see here guys, simple. What I'm doing here is I'm creating an array of records. It is an array of records. Now in this, the first record I'm creating here is title. What is the title? Employee details. And for this record I'm giving one ID. This record ID is what? 1. Second record is EMP details. What is the ID? 2. Third one is what? Third record? EMP info. What is the ID? 3. Now once after keeping this, once after passing the array of records here in the items property of the gallery, now go to select the button. Select the button. Go to the text property of the button. This button will have one property called text property. You can select the text property from here, or you can select it from here also, guys. Now for this text property, just remove it. Just remove it. I'm going to use one function called this item dot. This item dot. I want to take the title, guys. What I want to display in this button is I want to display the title. So I'm going to take the this item dot title. Whenever I'm taking this item dot title, now see it is displaying the names, tab names. And also if you see here, I'm not able to see all the tabs. Let me reduce the size here, guys. Let me reduce some size. Now we are able to see all the tabs. Let me adjust it. Let me do one thing. Let me adjust it far ahead. And do one thing. Let me reduce some size for this. Let me keep it as 20 itself. Fine. Now it looks good. And reduce somewhat the size. Just zoom it. Let me reduce it. And also let me reduce some more size. Just I'm doing some formatting here, not more than that. Fine. Now I'm doing some formatting. Just reduce the control size. Fine. Now keep it like this. Now try to understand, guys. I'm creating some tabs here. EMP is one, EMP details one tab, DEPT details is another tab, and employee is another tab. Now when I click on this EMP details, now it need to display what fields means. It need to go and display these fields, guys. Under the EMP details, I need to go and display the employee number, employee name, salary, height, date, and experience. And in the when I click on the DEPT details, department details, I need to go and display what fields. These are the fields or data cards I want to display: department number, department name, and job data cards I want to display. When I go and click on the EMP info, I need to display what fields or data cards: mobile number, email ID, age, date of birth. These are the fields I need to go and display there. Now how to perform it? For now, when I go and play this app, let me bring the form it to new mode. Form mode as new. Let me go and play the app. Now see, when I click on it, it is not performing any operation now, guys. It is not performing any operations. Now, when I click on this, When I click on this EMP details, it need to display employee number, employee name, salary, hire date, and what is the experience of the employee. Now how to perform it? Now in our first, before going to perform it, in order to understand which tab you selected, which tab you are selecting, whether you are selecting the employee details, department details, or employee info, in order to understand which form you selected, or sorry, which tab you selected, that tab id I need to capture. Let us say I'm selecting the employee details. Whenever I click on the employee details, I need to capture that tab id. What is the id for this tab? 1. What is the id for this tab? 1. Now I want to capture that tab id, and I want to store it in one variable, guys. I want to store it in one variable. Why I need to store it in one variable is because I need to understand which tab you are selecting. Whenever you are selecting this tab, I want to capture this form id, and I want to store that form id in this variable. And also whenever I click on this dpt, same information, same thing I want to do. Whenever I click on the emp info, I want to do the same thing. So how to identify, or how to capture which tab you selected? For this, on select property, go to the on select property of this button, go to the on select property of this button, select the button control, select the button control, go to the on select property, go to the on select property. In this on select property, I'm going to create one variable, guys. I will discuss about variables in the coming classes. Here just try to understand how to create one variable. To create the variable, we need to go and use one keyword called set keyword, guys. Set, where I'm keeping the variable name as where tab selected. Which tab I selected, whether it is EMP details, DEPT details, or EMP info, which tab I selected, that tab ID I need to capture, and I want to store it in the variable. How to capture the form tab ID? This item dot tab ID. This item dot tab ID. Whenever I click on this tab, this function is going to find out that ID of this tab, and this ID is going to be storing in where? In this variable. Now, if I click on the EMP details, what is the value this variable is holding? 1. If I click on the DEP details, what is the variable is holding the value? 2. When I click on the EMP info, what is this variable is going to hold the value? 3. So which tab you are selecting, that form, that tab ID, I'm going to keep it in this variable. Next, once after going and assigning the value a variable, and that variable you are assigning one ID, which tab you are selecting, the tab ID you are assigning to this variable. Now go to the data cards, go to the tree view, go to the form. In that form, what fields you want to keep in this EMP details? What fields you want to keep in this EMP details tab? Go and select those controls, guys. I want to keep the employee number data card, employee name data card, and also I want to keep the hire date data card, salary data card, and experience data card. These are the data cards I want to display when I click on this EMP details. So select the data cards, which data cards you want to display when I click on this EMP details. And then after, this data cards will have one property called visible property, guys. This data card will have one property called visible property. Go to the visible property, go to the visible property. Now just remove it, and let me keep here, where tab, we declared one variable, right? Where tab selected is equals to 1. If this variable is holding the value as 1, if this variable is holding the value as 1, then go and display whatever the data codes I selected. And also next, if you see, guys, before going to perform the next thing, if you go and play the app now, see, when I click on the EMP details, I'm able to see employee number, employee name, some fields I'm able to see. But when I go and click on the DEPT details, I'm not able to see the employee number, employee name, experience, salary, all this. When I go and click on the EMP info also, I'm not able to see it. Where we can see the employee number, employee name, salary, experience means in the EMP details only. And also in the EMP details, when I click on the DEPT details, I need to display the department number, department name, and job, guess. These are the fields or data cards I want to display in this tab. So for this, what I will do, go and select the data cards, which data cards you want to display in this tab, DEPT tab. I want to display the job data card. We don't have the department number and department name here. Let me do one thing. Go and add the department number and department name fields. Click on the add fields. Go and click on the add department number. Let me add one more field or a data card. That is what? Department name. Now go and select the department number data card. Select the department name data card. And one more data card. What's the data card I want to display on that? Job data card. Select the job data card. Once after selecting it, go to the visible property. When I need to go and visible, this means visible property. Whatever the variable you selected, where tab selected, which tab you selected. If you are selecting the tab 2, if you are selecting the tab ID is equals to 2, then only I want to display job, department number, and then department name. And then next, in the EMP info, what fields I want to display, guys? I want to display the mobile number, email ID, age, and date of birth. Let me check whether you have those fields or not. Employee ID, not employee ID. What fields we need to keep there? Mobile number, email ID, age, and date of birth. Employee information. Mobile number we have, email ID we have, age, date of birth we don't have here. Let me add that date of birth data card also. Select the form, go to the edit fields, click on add fields. Let me add the date of birth, guys. Let me add the date of birth field. Click on add. Once after adding it, now go and select the data cards. Mobile number, email ID, age, and date of birth. Select this data cards, which data cards you want to display on the EMP info. Now go to the visible property of this data cards. Now let me keep here where tab selected, whatever the variable you declared. If that variable is holding the value as 3, then only go and display the age, mobile number, email ID, and date of birth. Now, once after selecting all the fields, once after assigning the values to all the fields, now try to understand, guys. Let me go and save the app and play it now. Now see here, in the EMP info, what fields I'm able to see? Employee number, employee name, hire date, salary, experience. In the DEPT, when I click on this DEPT details, department details, now see what fields I'm able to see. Department number, department name, and job. When I click on the EMP info, what fields I'm able to see? Employee number, employee name, age, and date of birth. Let me go and change this font. Doesn't looks good. And also let me go and change it in the DEPT details also. Go to this Patrick, semi bold. Let me do the same thing for this one also. Just I'm doing some formatting, guys. Now just go and play it. Now see, when I click on the EMP details, it is showing this. Let me change it here also. Experience, I want to change it. Go and change the font style, font size, and font weight, semi bold. Play the app, go and play it. Now see EMP details. These are the fields I'm able to see, data cards. When I click on the DEPT details, I'm able to see these data cards, department number, department name, and job. When I click on the EMP info, I'm able to see mobile number, email ID, age, and date of birth. So like this, how it is able to display means the variable you are selected, guys. That you created a variable on this select property, right? On select of this button, you declared one variable where tab selected. If you select this button ID is going to be stored in this variable. Now where I'm using this variable, guys? I'm using these variables in these data cards. If you go to this variable, if you go to this data card, visible property, if the tab you are selecting here is equals to 1, go and display this tab. Otherwise, don't display it. If you go and click on the email ID, what is the visible property? Where tab selected is equals to 3. If the ID equals to 3, when the ID equals to 3, if you select the EMP info, then the ID is equals to 3. If the ID is equals to 3, then only go and display it. Otherwise, don't display it. So like this, we are able to create the tabbed forms, case. And also, let me do some formatting here. Let me adjust this. Let me adjust this form. Keep it here. Let me keep it below the tabs. And also let me give some border for this. Now if you play the app, now we are able to see it. Tabbed forms, whatever the tab you are selecting, you are able to see the tabs on those fields. So this is about how to create the tabbed forms. And also see here guys, when I click on any tab, let's say I'm clicking on which tab? EMP details. Now when I click on the EMP details, only EMP details need to be highlighted. Remaining these two tabs need to be grayed out. Which tab I selected, that tab I need to highlight. Remaining two tabs I need to not disable, I need to keep the color as gray color. I need to color as gray color. So in order to perform it, which tab you selected, you want to highlight that tab. I need to go and highlight that tab guys. So in order to perform it, let me select the button, go to the fill property. There is one property called fill, color fill guys. What color I want to fill? I want to keep the default on select is this field guys. Now I'm going to use one if condition here. If uh, where tab selected is equals to this item dot id. So whatever the tab you are selecting, the tab id is going to be storing in this. Let us say if you are clicking on the emp details, the tab id is storing into this variable. If the variable is holding the value as 1, then I want to keep the same color. Otherwise, else what I want to keep here is color dot gray. Color dot gray. I want to keep it as gray color guys. Close it. Now see here, when I go and play the app now, which tab you selected, that tab is highlighted. Remaining two tabs are going to be disabled. That means grayed out. When I click on the EMP details, now see EMP details is highlighted. Remaining two tabs are grayed out. When I click on the EMP info is highlighted. The remaining two fields are degraded. That means grayed out. How I am performing this? Go to the tab. That means go to the select the button, fill property. If where tab selected is equals to this item dot id, whatever the tab you are selecting, if the tab id is equals to whatever the tab it is, let's say 1, then I want to keep the same color. Otherwise I want to keep it as what color? Gray color. So when I click on the emp, that id is going to be stored in that variable. If the id variable is holding one value, then go and keep the blue color. Remaining, go and keep the gray color. See, I'm performing this operation. Which tab you selected, that tab we are highlighting it. Remaining two tabs we are grayed out. So like this we are able to perform it. If you want to change the font, whatever the text you are keeping, text color also you can go and change it guys. Same syntax, you can go and keep whatever the text color you want to keep. Where we can go and change the text color, we have one property called color property. Here you can go and change the color property. Whatever the color you want to keep, you can keep. Let us say let me do one thing. If var tab selected is equals to this item dot id, var tab selected equals to this item dot id, then I want to keep the same color. Otherwise I want to keep the color as blue. Now see, the font color is changed. So whatever the tab you selected, the tab color is white, font color is white. Remaining two, it is somewhat blue. Not only blue, whatever if you want to keep, you can go and keep guys. Not only blue, whatever the color you want to keep, you can go and keep. Blue is doesn't looks good. Let me keep here. These are all the colors guys. Uh, Let me keep whatever the color it is. Whatever the color you want to keep, you can keep. It doesn't looks, but whatever the client is expecting, so you can go and change the color also. See, if I select the tab dep details, the tab text is what? White. Remaining two is what? It is grayed out and the font is also changed. So if you want to do some formattings for this, you can go and do it. How to highlight the tab you selected. And then once if you have let us say I'm filling all the details, guys. I'm entering the details, emp details, dep details, and employee info, and then after I want to submit the form. So in order to submit the form, let me go and add one button here, guys. Let me go and add one button, submit button. Let me go and add one button, bring this button to bottom. Let me change the button text to submit, and then let me go to the on select property of this button. On select property, when I click on this button, I need to submit the form. Submit form. Which form I need to submit? Form 1 or 2? Form 2. Just go and save the app, play the app now. Let us say am I keeping the ID 101, name, let us say Warner, hire date, let me keep whatever the date it is, salary, let's say 12,000, experience 2 years. Next, go to the emp details, job, let me keep it as developer, department number 10, let me keep the department name as admin. Next, go to the emp details, go to the mobile, let me pass some dummy mobile number, let me pass some email id, and let me enter the age. Let me select the date of birth, whatever the date of birth it is. Select any one of the date of birth. Now go and click on the submit button. Once if I click on the submit button, the data is going to be submitted to the data sources. Let me go and check the data is submitted to the data source or not. Go to the SharePoint, go to the form, go to the employees list. Now see, this is the record just now is submitted. 101 Warner. This is the details just now is submitted. So if you have the form as a tabbed form also, if the form mode is tabbed form, you can go and submit the data with the help of submit button, guys, with the help of the submit button. So this is about how to create the tabbed forms. And also see here, when I go and play the app, when I come to the EMP details, when I come to the DEPT, when I come to the EMP info, in the EMP details, I'm having some mandatory fields. In the DEPT departments, I don't have any mandatory. Let me do one thing. I can make the job as mandatory. So to make the job as mandatory, first go and unlock the data card. Go to the required property. Current date is false. Make it as true. Already we discussed all this stuff, guys. And also in the EMP info, now I need to make the mobile number as mandatory field. Go and unlock the data card. Go to the required property. Go and keep it as true. Now see here, guys, I'm playing the app now. In each tab, I'm having some mandatory fields. Now without filling the mandatory fields, if I go and click on the submit, what happens? It will throw an error. It is throwing the error only in this. I'm not sure that whether there is an error in the EMP details or DEP details also. Now see, in the DEP details also there is an error. In the EMP details also there is an error. So what I will do here is, whether I'm in any form, whether I'm in any tab, first tab or second tab or in the third tab, I want to display one star here, guys. That is, in which tab you have the error. I want to display some indication here. Go to this tab, you have an error in this tab. So how to perform it? So in order to perform it, go to the button or go to the gallery, edit the gallery. Into the gallery, go and add one text label. Go and add one text label. Remove this text and keep here star. Now just reduce the size of it. Also bring it somewhat. Keep it here. Let me align it properly. Let me keep it like this, guys. I want to keep it like this. Now when I need to go under visible, when I want to see this star mark is, whenever there is an error in this tab, then only I want to display it. So how to perform this operation? And also make the color to red. This color, or let me do it from here itself. Make it as red. Fine. Now how to perform it? So in order to perform this operation, select the gallery, In the gallery, already we created one record, right? In the same record, I'm going to add one more field. What is that field is? Let us say I'm keeping the name as error message. Now here, I'm going to use one function called not is blank. Not is blank. What is not blank is whatever the data cards that are available in this EMP details form, EMP details tab. What data cards is there? Employee. What are the mandatory fields? Employee number, data card. Select this one and go to the gallery. Go to the gallery. Keep it here. Dot error message. I'm going to call one function called dot error. Dot error. If this data card is not blank means it is throwing an error. It is throwing an error. Is not blank. Keep comma. Keep comma. There is one more. There is one more mandatory field. What is that? Not is blank. First, let me use the function. Just 1 second. Let me keep comma. Now go and use them. Another one more data card. What is the data card? Employee name is also mandatory. Select the employee name data card field name and go to this gallery. Keep here print data card dot error. If it is displaying some error, then I want to throw that error message. Why it is throwing an error? Somehow invalid number of arguments received 2 expected 1. Okay, let me close it here. Keep comma. Let me use the function
I
is
think
blank.
literally not is blank.
Not it is not displaying that message.
Can we use if function with or condition, sir, between these two?
No need to pass the if condition also, madam. If means if the condition is true, then only I want to display. Somewhere we are doing the mistake. Let me close it. Let me use the or function here. Or not is blank. Fine. Now it will work. See, we need to go and use the or operator here. Why? If this data code is displaying some error or this data code is displaying some error, then go and display the error message. And also in this data card, in this employee details, what is the mandatory field? Job. What is the mandatory field in this? Job. Go and copy the job data card name and go to the gallery. And then here also keep comma. Let me add the error. Not is blank. Not is blank. Pass the control name, data card name, dot error. If this data card is displaying the error message, then I want to visible that star message. And here also error, keep comma here, error. And what is the data card that is mandatory in this? Mobile number, right? Employee info, what is the mandatory field? Mobile number. Where the mobile number? Go and select the name of this mobile number, data card name of this mobile number. Now go to the gallery, keep it here. Let me use the not is blank property, not is blank. If this data card is not blank, which is not blank, error message. If this data card error message is not blank. So just previously whatever I'm using same guys, just I'm using one more field here, error. Here go and copy and paste the data card names, which data card is mandatory, in all these fields. Once after performing it, close this one and go to this star visible property, go to the text label star visible. Let me go to the visible property of this control, now currently it is true, but when I want to make it as true means this item dot error, whenever it is displaying any error, then only I want to go and display this message or display this star visible. Let me go and play the app now. By default it is displaying. Let me do one thing, let me add one more button here, that is reset button. To reset the form, let me add one more button. And the non-select property of this, let me go and reset the form. Reset form, which form? Form 2. Now go and play the app. Now reset the form. Now see, the star visible is not available now. I'm not able to see it. Now I'm entering the employee number 101. I'm not entering the employee name. Go to the DEPT field. I'm setting the department number. I'm not passing the job. I'm into the mobile EMP info. I'm passing only the age. Here also I'm not passing the mobile number. When I try to submit it, now see, all these tabs are displaying the star visible. It is stating that in this tab there is an error. Let us say I'm passing some mobile number, guys. Automatically see, here I'm not able to see that message. What is that star visible? If you go to the DEPT details, if I pass the job, any one of the job, now automatically see that error message is gone. When I go to the EMP details, when I pass any one of them, any one of the employee name, when I pass the employee name, now see automatically that error message is gone. Now when I go and submit it, it will submit the data to the data sources. And one more thing is, whenever, let me go to the screen, select the form, keep the layout to new mode. Now try to understand, guys. Whenever I open the form, whenever I open this app or this screen, I need to open this. I need to keep the default tab as a EMP details. I want to keep the default tab as what? EMP. Whenever I come to this screen, whenever I open this form, by default, what is the form I need to display? Which tab I need to display? EMP details. If you want, let me save it, publish this app. Let me go back, leave it. Now open that app again. Go and open the tabbed forms. When I open it, now it doesn't show any form, guys. Any tab it doesn't show. If you let me open it. Now see, it is not showing any fields. It is not selecting any one of the tab. Now what I will do here is whenever I open the form or whenever I come to the screen, I want to make the default tab selected as EMP details. So in order to perform it, select the screen. Screen will have one property, that is on visible property. Go to the on visible property. On this on visible property, let me go and set one variable, guys. Whatever the variable we declared previously, where tab selected, same variable I'm going to declare. I'm assigning the value to this variable is what? 1. I'm assigning the value to this variable is what? 1. Now go and save the app. Let me add one new screen. Now I'm in the screen 2. When I go to screen 1, it's not selecting. Let me go and play the app. We are in the screen 2. Let me go to the screen 2. Let me keep one button here to move to the screen 1. Use the navigate function on the on select property. Navigate to screen 1. To screen 1. Now play the app. Now I'm in screen 2. When I click on this button, it will navigate to screen 1. Now when I'm at screen 1, why it is not displaying? Just 1 second, guys. Let me check. Close the app. Let me bring it to top. This is my screen 1. This is my screen 2. Let me close the app. Save it and close it. Let me go and open the app again. It's not selecting. Select the screen on visible property. Set where tab selected is equals to 1. Let me check what is the variable we declared here. Where tab selected only. Let me go to the screen 1. Screen 1. Where tab selected. It is asking us to pass the value. I'm keeping the value as 1. Close it. Save the app. Now see here, guys. By default, it is displaying what? EMP details is the default tab it is going to be selected. If you go and select the DEPT, it will select it. EMP info, it will select. What I'm doing here is, whenever I open this form or screen, by default, I need to go and select which tab? EMP details. For this, what I'm doing, select the screen in which screen you are having this form. Go to the on visible property. By default, whenever I come to this form, I want to make this variable to be selected to 1. 1 is nothing but what? ID. 1 is nothing but EMP details. 2 is nothing but what? DEP details. 3 is nothing but what? EMP info. So like this, you can go and create the tabbed forms, guys. If you go to the screen 1 and I click on the new tab, it will be selected to what tab? EMP details is the default tab. You can go and click on it. By default, if you go and submit it, it will display in which tab you have the error messages. You can go to the tab, you can fill some details. Automatically, that error message will gone. Here also, you can go and keep something. That error message will be gone. Here also, you can go and keep something. That error message will be disabled. If you go and submit the data, that data is going to be submitted to the data sources. This is the way how to design the forms, guys. How to design the forms. One is section forms, how to create the multiple sections in the forms, and second one is tabbed forms, how to create the forms in the tabbed modes. Fine. Let me stop here. We'll discuss from here in the tomorrow's class. Let's go the questions now. Any questions in today's session, online people? If you have any, let's go the questions.
One thing,
Hmm.
Venki.
Yes.
Yeah, this is the base. First you need to add gallery on top of buttons. Need to add how this tabbed form
First,
you
we need
arranged
to
here.
create the gallery. First, we need to add the gallery. Within that gallery, we need to add the buttons.
Oh, three separate buttons. Huh?
Three sub. Automatically, it will add. See, whenever if you add any one control to the gallery, based on the gallery items, how many items I'm having in the gallery? 3 items, right? So
Hmm.
automatically 3 buttons it is going to be added. So you'll understand from gallery we are not discussing still how it will work. Just to blindly follow whatever the video I'm explaining here. Whatever I'm explaining, blindly follow. How the gallery will work, what type of galleries will be there. In this gallery, there are 2 sessions will be there. This is the gallery. In that gallery, let me zoom it. This is the gallery, whatever I'm selecting. In that gallery, there is an option called edit. When I click on the edit, now you can add the controls to the gallery. How to add the controls to the gallery? You'll understand in the coming classes. As I said that we'll discuss about the galleries in the coming classes. For now, whatever I'm explaining, just blindly follow it. You will get an idea how the galleries will work in the coming classes. First, you need to add the gallery, and then after within that gallery, go and select the edit gallery, then go and add the buttons. Once after adding the button, go to the gallery control, items property, go and keep this records, array of records. Once after keeping the array of records, go to the button. Button will have one property called text property. Button will have one property called text property. In this text property, this item dot title. That means this item dot title is nothing but in this gallery, whatever the items we are having. From the items, I want to take the title. If you instead of taking the title, if you take the ID, it will display the ID here. See, it will display the IDs. Instead of taking the IDs, if you go and take the error message, you can go and take the error messages. But here I want to display the text. So in order to display the text, I'm taking the title. So in that gallery, this is the gallery. In this gallery, these are the records I'm having. From that records, in this button, what I want to display? I want to display the title. Understand?
Okay.
See, I am telling again and again, again and again, if you are not practicing, if you are not following the videos, not that much easy. See, this is all about navigation. Navigation, you need to understand, and the properties you need to understand. What are the properties the controls are having? Button will
And for
have what properties, form will have what properties, data card will have what properties. You need to understand the properties first. Navigation, second point. If you know these 2 points, you can do whatever you want. No, I'm not going to write any complex code here. Just 1 or 2 lines of functions I'm using here, not more than that. Only what the difficult thing is, understanding the navigation is important. Understanding the properties of the controls is important. If you are not understand which control will have the what properties, and also you are not able to follow the navigation whatever I'm explaining in the classes, it is not that much easy to understand it. Simple. Concentrate on only two things. One is properties, second one is navigation. If you are able to understand these 2 points, then power apps is dead easy to understand.
Venki, yesterday class, one query.
Hmm?
I got some error while I'm using the